also. Ekla chalo. That is what Rabindranath Tagore always said. Okay. So, you must not stop. You must not stop. You must not stop.
I really appreciate आपने time निकाला दिया. I know you're a busy man.
No, nothing. Busy, but I was involved in the villages actually.
Share with us your childhood journey and why did you choose this path over easy life that you could have opted?
It was all very temperamental, It was there within me. Before this, I never worked anywhere. I never knew anything because at the age of 17, I had to decide, and I decided. I'm not repenting for it today. Okay, at 17, I decided, and I stick to it even now. So whatever you see in life, whatever you experience is very important. That is the biggest book. That is the biggest library, I would say. But there's one library within, and there's one library without. Okay, even Buddha or Jesus or Moses, or Muhammad, whatever, they never did PhD from Harvard. So they must have taken that inward journey, So it was very temperamental, as I tell you, because we start following a path which people tell us to do. I've always known that, it has to be a lonely journey most of the time. Rabindranath Tagore said, ekla chalo. Because if you pursue your dreams, mostly you pursue them alone.
Right.
With time, people join you, no doubt, but you have to be prepared for a lonely journey also. Ekla chalo. That is what Rabindranath Tagore always said. Okay. But you must not stop. You must not stop. You must not stop. You must not stop. Okay.
Very good message, sir. Yes.
Yeah, that was the most difficult time of my life.
But sir, you came out of it with flying colors. When you make difference in someone's life, there are a lot of people who are getting inspired from you. So thank you so much, especially for your message of Ekla Chalo.
Moving against the tide, when you are working out of the box, you will be always harassed for that, I would say. People were hanged, Galileo hanged, Socrates poisoned, you see. So
Yes.
I'm sure the same thing is happening even today. Okay.
Right. So,
So, sir, speaking of that, you rescued over 2,500 children, and like 1,400 cases were filed against sex traffickers based on the reports. So, I'm wondering, what is the root cause here? How does so many kids and women or girls get lured into this dirty business? Do you think the victims are always from the poor background? Is that the reason?
The root causes of prostitution, forced prostitution, I would say, basically, yes, poverty. The first place, poverty. And gender inequality also. So poverty, gender inequality, and at times it has a religious and tinge to it also, you see, because there are places in India where it gets a religious sanction, and so it becomes an added problem. But what is more important here that I would like to address is the caste system, the racism of its kind in India. So if you see, most of the time, the backward and the scheduled caste girls get trapped, because they're more vulnerable because of their poverty, or their inequality, social and economic growth inequality. So I would say, from my estimates, is over, I think, 90%. Almost over 90% girls are from these poor social strata. Okay, so yes, so the caste is one very important factor.
Caste and poverty.
Yes, and then of course gender inequality and a bit of religious tinge is also there. Okay, so those are the root causes, yes, and what is more important, as I see is today, apart from these root causes, implementation is a big problem. With all the laws, with such a progressive constitution, and everything, I think the problem is all about implementation. Whatever little we have, we must implement it first, and then we go for the next. But I think over these 70 years, we have not learned that, And implementation, when I'm saying, is all about corruption and impunity.
Right.
Okay, corruption in all is there, and that is the truth, hardly I see rule of law going on. So So, and the impunity part is also important. So people can get away. So I think that is another issue. There's hardly any conviction coming up.
You mentioned, sir, 2 points. One was caste and one was religion. We'll come to that. Is religion the same reason? I remember we spoke about flesh trade due to cultural reasons. There are some community who are willingly doing it. And is that the same connection, or that was a different, and you've also stayed with that community?
Full-fledged religion plays role in places like Karnataka, Belgaum district, and that's that area, where they have this old tradition of Devdasi system, which they should call, I know on paper it is over with, but the practice in one or the other way, in a distorted form, continues. Okay, and yes, the community that I live with for the past 20 years, the community that I've adopted, apart from what I do in the red light areas here, rescues and all that, education, etc., I've adopted, just like I adopted the children, I've adopted a village of the media community who are into traditionally family-based prostitution. Okay? So even that has a real tradition and the religious sanctity to it, so where they put their girls into prostitution, actually, So, which I think, to me, that's the more deeper side of social work, because this is not this is all about the social problem. I see. It's not basically a police problem, like, where a society thinks it is right to put the daughter into prostitution, to inherit the trade. So I think that is why I changed my strategy, and I like an anthropologist, I believed in living with them, being with them, changing their minds and the perception, the culture for that matter. And in the last 20 years, believe me, my entire village is sending children to school. Okay?
Wow, very good.
It has nothing to do with police. It's not about police. And I don't go there as very judgmental. I'm never passing judgments on the women. I just don't comment on that. I believe in drawing a bigger line besides the smaller one. With what I do. So I'm not imposing my code of ethics onto the women. I don't go into with the definition of right and wrong.
So, and if the caste, which is considered as a lower caste, they are poor, how are they going to get the education? So this is like a paradox, if they are poor, they cannot afford the education. It's just a vicious circle, which stays as is. So here, can government play the role, or what do you think?
It has, my dear. It has already stayed after 70 years of independence, after such a progressive constitution. You see, and nothing has happened. I don't see anything happening in 70 years. I think we are going backward now. You see, people are being denied their rights, whatever the constitution guaranteed. You see, we are. I think, as per my belief, we are trying to defy the whole preamble of the constitution, rather, So forget about girls, everybody, girls, children, lower caste people. You see, they are all being receded into background. They have less of opportunities in terms of health, education, food, shelter, whatever, and it is all there. It's in front of you. What percentage of the top jobs these people occupy? I don't think more than 10%. You see, 70 years of democracy done to them. It has further taken them down the drain. I feel that way. I'm sorry to say that.
You're absolutely spot on, because caste is it's like in four. I think there are four is like the basic, but there are so many subcaste there is, and people just look down upon base. They just form that perception, even in jobs, all the sectors.
I tell you, it's a faceless crime. I don't tell you that I'm going to rip you, but I will rip you. I know your name and I know your caste, and I rip you. Okay. So that is it. I don't say I smile. I keep smiling at you, and still I have to rip you. Every day you have to navigate yourself. With your name and with your caste. You see, and this is the biggest curse that this nation is carrying with it. That is the caste system. We all must get rid of it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
People, if they want to associate with you, can donate or for this noble cause or help in some
You can
way?
go on the website, and we make donations, But more than that, I've always loved connecting with people. You see, the way I work, it's not that I live with the media community and I connect with them. I feel so satisfied. I want to immerse myself into it, I want to change the whole idea of social work. It's all about PowerPoint, report, photograph. PowerPoint, report, photograph. The NGO changes, but the community remains there. You don't put your life into it. That's the problem, you see. So here also, I want to connect to people in America, concerned, sensitive people in America. We already have a charity registered in America also. Babita is a lady in America, in New Jersey. She's got in England also. But so whenever I'm visiting, I always meet people there. More than money, it's like we need your ideas, we need your emotions, sentiments. So it gives me inner strength, because I need strength also, and so it's very important to connect with people. I love connecting with people. If you go in a very secured format, you don't change lives. Okay, so each day you have to. I regard it as my last day in life. So at the same time you have to laugh completely. You have to cry completely. You have to sing and dance completely. That's the way life should be. You see, because if you take it as a punishment, then you don't do anything. You don't change. You kill yourself, you kill the society, you see. And we end up only accumulating tables and chairs. Okay. In the end, you are left alone with tables and chairs. That is all it is. So, being civilized is not eating with fork and knife. Being civilized is something more deeper. And I'm so and I hope I hope more of the rich Indians, and the higher caste people, connect the way people of the white people in America are connecting to the Black Lives Matter. Thank you.
From core of my heart, thank you so much for giving your time. It was really pleasure, wonderful speaking with you.
It's good to know you.
I think people who have families, who have kids, they would understand. They love their own kids so much. But when you hear that this is also like ये भी एक पहलू है कहीं किसी दुनिया के कोने में वहाँ पर ऐसा हो रहा है. I'm sure the people, everyone has an emotional side of to them. I'm sure they would hear.
Actually, we are making an insane world, believe me. It is all going to come back to us. We think we are in the cozy world. Anything that you create will come back to you one day. Okay? So think about your own children. Think about your own self, We are killing ourselves, I would say. This is not the world we need. Anything and everything we do must be life-centric. And when I say life-centric, I mean the little birds, the trees, and not only humans, but everything around us, Anything that you do, and if it harms the earth, and if it harms the lives on earth, I think we need to rethink about it. Very simple formula, you see. So simple, everything. Truth is one-liner. Let me tell you, truth is just one-liner, One line, Just like Kabir, Kabir and all the Sufi saints, this is one-liners, ढाई आखर प्यार का पढ़े सो पंडित होए full stop.
Right.
Ravidas says, मन चंगा तो कठौती में गंगा. But अगर if your heart is good, like the little vessel is the Ganga for you. Okay, so it can be anyways.
It can be anyways. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your time. It was really nice speaking with you.